So, hello, once again I'm back on my Lenovo IdeaPad Pro 5 AMD edition, and as always I'm recording locally and streaming. Today it's on Kick service. Let's check out the stream if it's working properly. Sound and all, fine, nice. Now let's go back to the desktop. Today the surprise is I'm not on NixOS, but instead we are in Bazzite, KDE Plasma still, but Bazzite 44 Linux distribution. And let's check out the system information here on the terminal once again. I have zoomed in, as you can see. You can check out, you can pause the stream and check out at your own pace the system information. Or the video when it will be later available on my YouTube channel. But please pay attention in the screen resolution, which is 1440p, 2880 by 1800, running at 120 Hz with a scale of 1.4 or 140% if you prefer. And I'm streaming and recording downscaled in almost full HD and 30 FPS. So hopefully the stream looks nice and everything is nice. So what is Bazzite? Let's check out the official website. Here it is. Bazzite, the operating system for the next generation of gamers. Bazzite makes gaming and everyday use smoother and simpler across desktop PCs, handhelds, tablets, and home theater PCs. And this is the Bazzite documentation, some kind, let's just say, a wiki, perhaps. Anyway, installing Bazzite, playing video games, installing software, and so on. This is my first ever interaction with this distribution. The installer, although simple, on the USB live stick, I mean, simple but different from most other modern Linux distributions. Easy, no problem of course, but just saying that it's still appearance wise and the method it's somewhat different. And I don't recall exactly which distribution did more or less the same thing, but after I was done and restarted into the Bazzite system, it had some kind of wizard, some kind of a guide that I had to configure further before landing in the desktop. I guess they try to take care of new users, or maybe users like coming from Windows or Mac OS 10 or something. But for me it was like, oops, what is this now? Did I do something wrong? Something like that. Anyway, and for some people this distribution may well considered bloodware, maybe, I don't know. So yeah, I have to be critical of a few things that I saw myself and I didn't like. For example, as soon as I configured the system and everything, Steam launcher popped up. I understand that this is a gaming first distribution and it's not for everyone, at first at least, but it was jarring to say the least. And then they had these icons down here. I didn't have the chance to configure the system. I just barely had the fish-cell becoming the default in the terminal. Let me show you. They already had the fish-cell installed. I just had to switch to fits, and they already had fastfetch installed. So didn't have the time to customize the system further. But anyway, down here in the icons, they had like Firefox, then this gaming stuff, Steam launcher and Lutris. Then they had this one, console of course, terminal, Bazaar, App Store, and this one that supposedly it helps you set up Bazzite. I don't think this was the first thing that came after the installation. I think it was something covering the whole thing and had something, you know, some kind of first steps things, but not this one. Anyway, so with this one you get some extra help, how to install stuff, apps, media apps, manage Bazzite it says, and so on. Anyway, and then of course they had Dolphin, and I had to add myself a Vivaldi browser because I had to go every time on the startup menu, so to speak, on the application finder, and they didn't have system settings there, which to me it was like, what? Why? Anyway, but yeah, as I said, maybe for the gamers it's too much to ask, but even the terminal here, what the heck? What is going on? Anyway, so mixed signals there, and then I saw that they have Brew installed. They have some kind of a bold Brew, let's just call it App Store. And also some other thing besides Flat Seal. This is called Warehouse here. Manage, install, etc. Flatpaks. I don't know what to say. This is an immutable Linux distribution, similar to NixOS. And so far, since I'm using myself mostly Flatpaks, I didn't have any issues. I just installed Kitty, for example, which was like the native version, but only this one it's not Flatpak. And other than that, the system had no crashes, no problems with the KDE Plasma. They say that it's not cutting edge, bleeding edge, or how you want to call it, but as you saw in the terminal, the Linux kernel is almost on par with the latest other modern distributions. I think CacheOS may be having like 7.1.6, so just a 0.0 something difference there, with some of the most cutting edge distributions. And then I don't know, KDE Plasma, maybe on Cache it's 6.7.4, maybe 5, but still nothing insanely different, you know. And as I said, they have Brew, Flatpaks, and RPM package managers. And yeah, we'll see. I'm gladly surprised with this system. I think they underselling themselves. I don't know the marketing thinking behind the system. I'm not an expert myself on Bazzite. As I said, first ever time with this system. But everything that I wanted to do as first steps, including this recording, streaming, Kdenlive, even my camera effects, everything worked, no problem. So I really would like to know what's the difference with the cutting edge stuff according to the experts. I'm just maybe I'm being foolish now to putting this question out there, but I really don't know what it's so difficult to accomplish on this Linux distribution. Anyway, besides those very first steps with the system, like installing it from the live USB stick, then the very first steps with the system, besides those things that were mostly different compared to any other Linux distribution. As I said, maybe one time I had a similar situation going on. Besides that, pleasantly surprised, smooth sailing with the system, so to speak. Of course, I have work to do, like you know, theming, rising, as we say, the theme itself, icons, cursors, wallpaper, Jumper, maybe virtual machine, maybe DaVinci Resolve Studio. We will see. And for the gamers, I'm pretty sure this distribution may well be the best yet for you. But for me, as you know, I'm not a gamer myself, and I'm just caring for Final Fantasy XIV, the MMORPG. And if that is playing nice with this distro, I'm all for it, no problem. And yeah, I don't think I have forgotten something. I think I've said everything. Anyway, yeah, no need to drag this any longer. As always, if you like what you're seeing, please like the video when it will be available on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to my streaming services, Kick, Twitch, YouTube Live, and of course like the video as I said before. And yeah, see you on the next one. Bye.